Hi, welcome to Big Guy Boards. I'm here with Ian and Louie from Cre8tion, and I've just come to pick up my custom model and another board, and we're just going to be chatting to these guys about everything really, about the boards and about Cre8tion, surfboards, and just a bit of chat. Right, so just give us a brief history.
Right, I'm Louis Sharon. Been in the industry, surf industry, for 17 years now, and yeah, I love making stuff. Basically, I love making surfboards. Love fixing surfboards. Love getting dusty and covered in resin. I moved to Newquay. I was a single man, moved to Newquay, spent some time in a van, driving up and down like I think everyone's done, and then was jobless, became jobless quite quick. Standard in Newquay, doing holiday stuff, and I went to the job centre, saw a job advertised for a surfboard sprayer for Graham Bunt. At Bunty Surfboards, and I thought, well, I'm surfing, I like making stuff, so I'm going to apply for it. And I literally begged Graham, if he sees this, he's going to maybe remember exactly how much I begged. Every single day I was on Graham's case, and he was actually going to employ Nick Williams, who's a famous artist in the industry, and a great bloke, great glasser. But yeah, so he took a punt on me. He made me do a first pin line as a test on a piece of foam that was about 3 inches thick, wobbly as hell, and it started from there. Yeah, I had literally nothing, but I did it for the passion. Yeah, it was a great time. It was 4.5 years, I believe, of me being a surfboard sprayer, learning everything from Graham and previous people like Frank McWilliams, who's an Aussie guy. Taught me a lot about detail. Worked with a guy called Clinton Fraser, pro surfer at the time, glasser. Wouldn't say 2 words to you, just I'm going surfing, and that's it, and then he'd be back at lunchtime. So, and then after Local Hero, I went to Bill Atley at Escape. Kind of did the two at the time. Graham was a little bit down on work, so I went with Bill for a bit. Really scary because I knew everything from Graham, and then when I went to Bill, we were doing 10 boards a day, magic seaweed, sanding, fin setting. It was a whole different line. They're like both top of their game in their industries, but very different businesses. Bill, if you know anything about Bill's come from a huge background windsurfing and epoxy, so really talented guys, both of them, but just very different businesses. Graham's was a lot more custom and very one-to-one, been around since day one. They both have, I think they actually worked together back in the day. And then Bill taught me everything about epoxy. I remember being in the top room, sanding 10 boards of magic seaweed, started doing a few repairs, and being in like 50-degree heat in the summer in an attic that Bill just was not interested in hearing nothing about. But yeah, really good. Bill was brilliant, a good friend of mine as well. I've got a lot of time for Bill. And Nigel Simmons has obviously been super influenced on my shaping, really helped out from my hand shaping that I learned. Done over 500 boards hand shaped, and then actually when I was starting to do the pre-shaping, patiently ironed out a lot of mistakes that I'd make from not coming from a computer background. Bill actually helped me design it, but yeah, it's just nasty. But it's always like, I'd love to stick it on a tip or sell it to a kid or something and actually make some money out of it, but it's my first board.
Yeah, you can't get rid of your first board, can you? The interesting thing about this as well is you're talking about, you know, however many boards you've done now, 1,000 in total, hand shaped 500. 1,600, yeah. So you know, and it's the story starts there, doesn't it? And you know the mistakes you made on this, and going forward, the more you were shaping, so the experience you've got now, you know exactly what you're doing.
I mean, that is exactly right, and with every model I've got in my arsenal, I suppose, I have spent time working on it. It's not just I'm going to put a new model out. It's literally I've had a couple of boards. I've surfed them myself. Hence why most of my models do have higher volume, because I'm a bigger guy. All the boards kind of got a system. They go in the rack there, and then when they need to be colour matched, they come in this area. And then everything's done by eye. Your colour matching's all done by eye. Your finishing, your lacquer. There's no RAL codes that you choose from the boards. So it's quite a skilled little job, I reckon. Good fun. So, but yeah, this is repairing. So all the wet and drying of the new boards gets finished in here. We put a window in for natural light, so we've got the best light in here. We've got another light under there as well to show any imperfections. So if it looks good in here, it's going to look amazing outside. That's the appeal and end all of it. So I'll show you now. So this is glass and room. I've got two stands here. This is where all the boards are glassed, hence the colour. Try and recycle, reuse some of the resin. So we turn the resin, so we're not throwing it all on landfill. We put the resin into these letter moulds, and then we sell these at Christmas basically. That's pretty much the only time they sell. There's not a lot of money in it, but it saves us putting the resin on landfill, and it also stops. There's probably over 500 boards in there, and it's not actually that bad waste for 500 boards. But try and give this away to like local schools and stuff. They can do stuff. So we recycle all our offcuts into this bucket there, and then that gets used on repairs. So we've got very little waste in the factory, which I've always been quite proud of. It's about as eco as a surfboard's going to get, I think. So, I'll probably get told off for saying that. So this is the sanding room. Got our fan, our extraction. So when we're sanding, you can actually sand in here without a mask. I don't, and we don't, but it's a big enough fan to take it all out, and it's just a nice light in here. Eventually we were going to paint all this white in here, but yeah, it's a sand room. Loads of stuff happens in here. It's quite a good room. I do all my pre-shapes in here as well. Got the natural light. Yeah, so I've got my wall. So I put a board on the wall once I've shaped it, and I can really have a look from a distance. So coming from a small factory into this place, which obviously like a lot more money needs to be spent on it, but into this factory I've now got the space that I've always sort of desired when I'm making boards, and it's really nice to have that when you can shape a board. I tend to send all my shapes to my customers so they can see, and it tends to be on that wall because you get a really good nice outline. Although the wall is wood, you get this nice dark background, and it just shows any imperfections straight away, and it's just really nice. I really like this room.
I've lifeguarded for the last 17 years.
Right.
So yeah, done it with me. But
yeah, what's the background then? Were you born and raised?
Yeah.
Cornwall?
Yeah. Oh, not born. I was actually born in Surrey.
Oh, right.
Then we moved down when I was 6, I think.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know any different. And then and just moved to Bude, and that was it.
So when did you start surfing?
I actually started surfing when I was 16. I was a bodyboarder.
Oh no.
And,
Edit.
So I was a bodyboarder then. I used to ride down the beach down with my bodyboard I used to live in Stratton. It was like 3 miles away, and I just remember trying to go one-handed the whole way down, and then it was horrible, too many hills. But and then got into surfing, which was way better. Yeah, it's every kid's dream to get into that, isn't it? You don't realise how dusty it is, you don't really think of that. But everyone wants to shape. Everyone should shape their own board, I reckon. If you're a dedicated surfer, I think you should. You'd realise how much goes into it, and well, to be honest, how little money you can get out of it if you are a shaper, I reckon. But it's good fun. like learning from Louie is absolutely epic. Like straight in there. Like his standards like up here, doesn't let anything go. So obviously that's rubbing off to me straight away as well. And then yeah, started in February. And yeah, we got on repairs because obviously just start off simple. If you start using the sander, you know, learning resin and all that. So yeah, and then just sort of went up into the glassing room, the shaping bay, and then just dipped in and dipped out of bits. Lou was just showing me how to do this bit, how to do this bit, getting mixes right, and yeah, from there really. So yeah, shaped a few myself. Which was great. So we done a few customers' boards with Louie, and then thought, right, I'll just make myself my own board when Louie's not there, just so it really sticks in your head, and just, you know, work out all the little flaws that you're probably going to make on your first board. Yeah, it was great.
How did the first one go?
Yeah, wicked, love it.
Or was it just a short board?
Yeah, no,
Razzmatazz.
Yeah, calling it the Razzmatazz. Just wanted, basically, I always just ride short boards, like, you know, around 5'11", 6'0", and that's pretty much what I've always ridden. Like my first ever board was like 5'11", learned to surf on a tiny little board, but yeah, and then basically I was just like, right, I'm just going to make something a bit different, not like out there, just a bit different for me, and just cater it especially for Widmouth, which is quite fat a lot of the time, a bit sloppy. I've only ever ridden shortboards there, so it's just like, right, I'm going to make something for that actual beach, and that's the Razzmatazz basically.
Thanks for watching. Cre8tion surfboards are available at bigguyboards.com. We've always got deals on and discounts and stuff, so it's well worth heading over and checking us out.